51% that you are losing. You are setting it on fire in the name of playing a guitar that's a little more maple, a little less polyurethane. I have two guitars here that look very similar, but if you know anything about guitars, you know that these are very, very different animals. I'm Jeremy, this is Guitar Hunter, and I want to know, okay, how much better is a PRS core than my lowly SE Custom 24? In addition to the tone, because tone is so subjective, we are going to throw some actual numbers, measurements, thoughts, comparisons at this. We're going to look at the quality of the build, we're going to look at the quality of the finish, we're going to look at the quality of the hardware, and we're going to look at the resale value. How much is actually going to lose more, percentage-wise and actual dollars, will these guitars lose if you buy them and just need to change your mind or need to move on to something else, or just want to find something new and exciting? PRS Custom 24. This is an SE. This is made in Indonesia. This guitar has one major modification, and that is these two pickups have been upgraded. These are the Mythos humbuckers made by Porter. They are magical pickups. Other than that, this guitar is original. I even kept the same wiring harness. I've changed the knobs, but that's it. Other than that, this is the original. So let's look at this thing first and foremost. The PRS Custom 24 is a magical guitar because it's only $849. For that, you get a veneer maple top over mahogany. Now mine is 1, 2, 3 pieces of mahogany. I've seen them with 4. Also, one of the things that really always kind of gets me as far as quality is that they don't tuck these panels on the back. They sit proud, and I wish that they were routed, and I wish they were brought down and sit inside the body. The other one, there is a pretty thick plasticky kind of finish on the back of these guitars, and they are a maple neck with a maple headstock. There's no veneer. There's some of these that have headstocks, like the Zach Myers and a couple others have them, but most of the time you're just gonna get this big bright white logo there. Rosewood board with the birds. Also, the neck is, mine is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. No, hang on, there's more. 1, 2, 3 on the neck, and then there's 2 little wings here. So not technically a solid neck, still a set neck. And yeah, now let's look at the hardware inside. Now this guitar has the original pots and switch and output jack, but it has 2 mods. It has these, you can see these braided wires. These are the swapped pickups from Mythos. There's also a Mythos variable treble bleed in here, but you can see the quality. They're pretty good pots, pretty good switches. The switch leaves a little bit to be desired in that really soft click. The tremolo itself, the block just seems to be, I mean, it is just standard, I'm not sure what kind of metal, mystery metal here, and then 4 springs, and it's just a pretty straightforward cavity. There's a brass block on the tremolo. The quality of the springs is markedly better. The quality of the solder joint on the bridge ground is markedly better. The claw, about the same, maybe a little better. The screws, every one of the screws holding the guitars in, noticeably, remarkably better. This is a full-on proper PRS Custom 24. This one is made in Maryland. This one is not made in Indonesia. This is the core. Now there are a few that are a little better, little bigger, little wonderful, but man, this is a remarkable guitar. This guitar is $4,550 if you were to buy it on Sweetwater. There's one in the link down in the description down below. Now this guitar is so many of the things that the SE is not. The SE imitates, affects, is kind of made to look like this thing. The biggest difference is this: when you see that beautiful, deep, moving maple, that's real maple. That is deep, true, actual organic material. You look at it this direction, and you can see there's a thick cap here on the top, and with that thick cap, it allows this beautiful, deep carve that you see all across the guitar. And so with that, this is a proper maple cap and a one-piece mahogany back and sides. There are no multiple pieces in here. There was one piece. There is also a beautiful mahogany neck, and one of my favorite details are these open gear tuners. The bridges look very similar. From 5 feet, from 3 feet, you could say, oh, they're the same, but they are not. The quality of the bridge is remarkably higher on the core. And the other one is the pots on the inside. Very different quality of the parts and the quality inside. The other one is how satisfying that click is. This is a much better switch than in the SE. The other one is, on this, you have a beautiful metal control plate here that would keep your jack plate from breaking or tearing. The other one is metal, but it's just kind of a cheapy, the little football shaped ones. I mean, that comes on a Squire. This seems like a piece that is machined, thought of. It's all the things that Paul Reed Smith tells us about his own perception of guitars, that he's thought these things through, that it's been meticulously worked through. This thing has, that thing has not. The quality of the inlays is absolutely incredible. This has both the bird inlays on the outside, and then they've been inlaid with abalone on the inside. Those are just kind of blank CNC inlays. They're cool. It's exciting they can do that on a guitar under $1,000. This is what happens when you stop asking questions like, what's the most affordable way we can build this? Instead of asking the question of how good can a guitar be? If I were to put a number on the quality of the hardware, 0 being terrible, awful, Esteban, all the way up to this is the best, most bespoke, special thing I've ever felt or been in the same room as, I would put these in the high 8s. To me, the quality of the hardware on the high-end PRS, the tuners, I don't like locking tuners, I don't care about this part, but I love that part of it. I love the pickups, and I love the quality of the hardware. They're very exciting. To me, there's no one making better hardware for their guitars than the core line of PRS. So I would put it a very, very high score. This is a nitro finish over polyurethane. And so the quality of the finish is remarkable on this. Now PRS have a way of always looking beautiful, even the old ones. They don't age, they don't relic, they don't look like they're old. They continue to kind of look new, which I think is interesting. Probably that's why PRS is driven to innovate as much as they are. Because their guitars look so good for so long that you've got to figure out a way to get someone to either feel that the other one, the colors are unfashionable or something about them to get them to buy new ones. That's my own speculation. But the quality of the build, the quality of the hardware, remarkable. The price, $849. The quality of the build of this guitar, I love things about it and I hate some things about it. The thing I really don't like, I think the quality of the finish on this is particularly plasticky. It's just very, very thick, very clear. It's just, yeah, this is where I feel like most of the quality of the guitar, the two guitars are different. 4-piece or 3-piece bodies, really light. This is not mahogany in the same way that's mahogany. This is probably Kaya or African mahogany. It's multiple pieces. The neck is maple compared to mahogany, but it's a rosewood board. But the necks, they just have these big, thick finishes, and that gets me. The veneer is that. It is like a sheet of paper. It's a very thin, piece of maple on the top of the guitar, and so you're not actually getting the tone of mahogany. Actually, if you count, anyway, there are more pieces of wood than this thing would first lead you to believe. But overall, the quality of the build on this guitar, okay, that's where I think, to me, these guitars are too good. I think that these outpace. I would have to really talk myself out of this thing multiple times over before I'd get into one of those. One of these guitars is affordable and made for normal guitar players, and normal people can buy them. That guitar is the SE Custom 24. $849 used all day long. They're selling for $650, which means you only lose 23.5% of your guitar money, which means from $850 to $650, for $200, you can enjoy this guitar, play this guitar, grow with this guitar, love it, and do all of the things you'd want to do with it. And it is pretty close to a core as far as tone and quality all around. Can you imagine only losing 23%? Now, prepare your hearts, minds, and this is the most painful number I have come up with in a long time. I usually think chasing depreciation is the way to go. If you want to own cool guitars, buy the ones that have depreciated out and let somebody lose their freaking tails. Okay, all day long, you can find custom 24 cores like this. Now, not a 10 top, not a wood library, for $2,250 to $2,500. So coming from $4,550 down to $2,250 gives you 51% that you are losing. You are setting it on fire in the name of playing a guitar that's a little more maple, a little less polyurethane, and aluminum instead of chrome tuners. It's a wild difference. I did not see that coming when I did this video. I love guitars, and I love expensive guitars. And I like letting people buy the expensive guitars first, and then I will buy them used later. And I will, because then, if you buy one for $2,250, they're still going for $2,250. So you get to own it guilt-free. So I don't know if PRS is going to be excited that they sent me this guitar, but that is how different a Core Custom 24 compared to an SE 24. I'm pretty happy with my choice of an SE. So I'm going to put links for the Core down below. There will also be links for the Bonnie Pink for the Custom 24 that I have. I'll also put a link for the Mythos pedals, because Mythos Zach is the freaking man, and I'm thankful for his friendship, and I'm thankful for all the hard work that he's doing making cool stuff for you and me and all the guitar hunters of the world. Go fill the world with music and friendship. Thanks for watching. Bada bing, bada boom!